What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Stay Hot live film review. We've been looking at some of the wide receivers in the upcoming NFL draft class. That's kind of been our Tuesday agenda. Theo always has access to download some of these games, so we always take a look at one game of a player just to get some initial impressions. And we always try and pick a player that none of us have watched before. So Theo,
which is pretty easy to do.
Yes,
because
considering how early it is.
Yes, we watched Marvin Harrison.
Oh yeah, those were the first guys we watched.
So, yeah, everyone's new to us. Like, is Legette new to you, Matt? I know that you
I
have
know
some
of
allegiance to South Carolina, the real USC.
The real USC. I know a thing or two. I got Gamecocks back there. He's a big height, weight, speed guy. He's dope. He's been crushing it this year.
And this game also isn't entirely new to me because I watched a little bit of this for Rattler, and he has some crazy catches. But let's get into it. You can see him because he is the biggest skill position player on the field currently.
Yeah.
It appears. Having him go out and block for the screen was a fine job.
Perfectly fine in my book.
Is this this year, Theo?
Yep.
Okay.
2023 against Georgia. Have him as that X receiver. That's the first big catch that he's got.
Damn.
He is big as hell.
Very rare you see a receiver not come back to the football and like win this rep.
Well, you can't come back to the football because it's so high up there and behind him.
Yeah,
legitimately a great job adjusting.
He has him here, and it's like it's just not how the actual catch ends up playing out. But if you place that earlier and farther outside, I mean, he has him, and then the second he turns the ball, it's just not where it's really supposed to be.
It's really a late throw from Rattler as well. Like hit the top of your drop, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bang.
Like how many hitches does he take? And he's staring at it the whole way. He's lucky that this is completed at all, because by the time the ball leaves his hands, like Legette is well out of his break. But it's a good route. I mean,
that's exactly what I'm saying. It's a good route. It doesn't play out like he's open, but he is.
I love the release, man. Just force him to open his. Force the leverage right away.
Nothing fancy here. Just take off, and then when he flips his hips, give him a big old.
Seems pretty smooth too.
Yeah.
Big old slap on the back. But yeah, what a catch. Come on, Rattler.
So is this a good Rattler game or a oh boy Rattler game?
We'll find out together. Nothing really much going on there. Besides a big pancake from one of the linemen. Send him deep here.
He's definitely got the speed.
Yeah, man. He really flies.
Got the safety over the top. Safety's got to be a little worried, though, with Legette pushing outside like that. I feel
I can't say that he's done anything like... If the safety takes you, the safety takes you to some extent.
I guess you could really try to sell that you're running like a skinny post and then selling outside. It's kind of tough to tell.
Yeah. Although I'm wondering if they just want him to clear out quicker than that because everything's coming that way. Although I guess it takes a while for it to come that way.
Yeah, you get like the flood concept. Another pretty late throw from Rattler that gets completed.
Bailed.
At the top of your drop, hold it, then throw. Where's Jalen Carter to prevent this kind of behavior? Where is he? In the slot blocking. Good break on this from the defender. Good tackle. This is a hilarious play. You pump fake the screen
and then through the screen.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, the screen's not coming. Everybody get depth, and then you just throw the screen anyway. Yeah, zone coverage, not really something that Legette can do much differently on, I feel.
Yeah.
Can't really learn much. Run where he's not involved. Can't really learn much.
Really don't learn anything from that play.
Got the double crossers in the red zone.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him put a hit in on the referee there.
Just take him out, man.
Yeah. I like this play by the corner, following the one crosser, then breaking off, and this could maybe be called pass interference.
He comes in and just kind of, comes in and just kind of wallops him. Not that it bothers him too much, but then that with the safety.
Yeah, I mean that route is completely gone at that point. There's not much.
Yeah. It looks like there's supposed to be play action here that doesn't happen. You see or maybe they just aren't going to bother with the actual ball fake and hope just the running back doing that is enough. I think that you'd like to see to really make this pop, like sell the play action, sell that you're blocking, get like some hesitation somewhere when you're just kind of going at it like that. Like this isn't exactly a very nuanced route concept, so pretty easy to stay on top of it if there's no play action here.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And that bunch in the slot.
Jesus, that's such a deep drop.
You get the old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then drift backwards some more.
Good Lord. It's just like a 5-step drop from shotgun. It's just outrageous.
Yeah.
Well, you've got no end on one side, so it's not like that right tackle can be threatened unless there's a blitz. Yeah, he's just going up the seam.
Kind of gets pushed off of his spot maybe a little bit more than you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Doesn't really... It gets held up there. Design touch the other way. Why not throw him a design touch? I guess if you've got that guy. I mean, that one. That one worked. So maybe just throw this guy a design touch.
I guess this turns out okay.
Who's that?
Jesus.
That's number 3.
We should be watching him.
3's hype. There we go. Our prayers have been answered.
0 yard gain.
I wonder if he should have just tried to cut that inside.
Yeah.
I mean,
a 1-on-1 instead of a 1-on-3 at that point. But who's it a 1-on-1 against? I guess it doesn't matter. He's 6'3", 230.
Yeah, this certainly isn't like a crazy yak play. Maybe he should have cut back. I mean, you can get it done in a multitude of ways. It's all about kind of creativity, but at the end of the day, nothing really happens here. So,
yeah.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
Way to stop on a dime. Beautiful. Get low.
He's pretty fluid and he's pretty fast, like as far as height, weight, speed guys go.
I mean, that is
you can
perfect.
See the vision.
Push to depth.
Yeah, get on his toes, kind of. 6 flips his hips, and then right there, boom, settle down. And then he doesn't really work back to the ball here. He just kind of sits and waits for it to arrive. But I don't think he wants. What down is it? Second. I think he wants to stay in front of the sticks.
I agree there.
It worked. He had him.
Yeah, I mean, he had so much separation that it didn't matter. So maybe he could sense that a little bit and knows, what he can and can't do. He's no Rome Odunze with breaking the tackle at the.
True.
After it happens.
Yeah, Rome turns this into 20.
He doesn't have the 100% success rate getting extra yards. But yeah, good route. Clearly a threatening guy if you're a corner 1-on-1.
I mean, that's going to be a tough one to sell.
Have been potentially a vertical option, and maybe he should have kept going. I see the stick route that the tight end is running, and I'm wondering why you're having a hitch and a stick kind of end up in the same place. I feel like usually you see those go over the top, and then you have much more room to maneuver. Rattler doesn't want to throw that. It's so congested.
Right.
And I feel like he could have. I think that could be a potential wrong route from Legette. Potentially. I don't know. I just don't usually see the whole hitch stick combo. I would not.
No.
I personally would not want to run that concept. And then Rattler. Not exactly Cam Newton breaking tackles here.
Me personally, I would have broken that tackle.
He forgot to go beast mode.
So true.
A very common mistake that you see Legette making here.
Don't break down like that, but just say he didn't go beast mode here.
Yeah,
just blame him for plays. It's not his fault.
Why didn't he stiff arm 10?
And then possibly jump over the next 2 guys and then
right,
run real fast even.
Why do we get that? Got some front trickery.
They got to get these safeties out of here, man. They're ruining a 300-yard game.
We need to ban too high.
Ban too high.
Yeah. You're just running to go. It looks like he kind of tries to settle down a little bit here, like throttles down a little bit to maybe get a chance that like a back shoulder, just like throw it up to him. He's not running full speed into the safety. Not that
I mean, he clearly can win with the speed just on the outside.
Well, we haven't quite seen that yet. He looks like decently fast.
He won with the speed right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so. The corner's probably just like putting him in a vice, though, where you've got one guy trailing him low and then one guy high. It's the vertical version of a bracket where one guy's inside, one side outside, one guy's
I suppose. Outside. No, I don't think that's what happened.
I
think you may be right. Actually,
it could be a little.
But if they're doing that, what does that say?
Yeah, no, I agree. Not like they want to. They could very well. I guess it's 3rd and long, so they probably shouldn't play one high. But you don't want to fuck around, you know. You want the throw to go somewhere else. He's looking at Legette. Almost kind of a nails throw, honestly.
Almost doesn't count.
Yeah, except for the fact that it wasn't open and didn't get completed.
Jesus Christ. Okay, stop. I take it back. Don't throw him any more design touches.
Well, it's not his fault, man.
What is he supposed to do?
I'm not saying that he can't make anybody miss. I'm just saying that they've run like 3 of them now and they haven't picked up any yards.
That's because that's on.
I mean, that's a pretty sick play by the corner. You're playing Georgia and their defensive backs can do this.
Yeah. Is that number 3 that missed that block? So he can take a screen pass to the house, but he's not willing to block for his teammates on a screen pass. Oh, that was number 9. Never mind. Never mind. Number 3, you're safe.
Have him up top on like smash variant.
Talk to your fucking chat. I'm sorry, Caleb.
Caleb is on it, man.
I have the film up, chat. I can't look at what you guys are saying.
Caleb knows what he wants and goes and gets it. I respect that.
I assume it's a bunch of trade deadline questions, which is pretty valid. But I figure we'll talk about that.
They're saying that Chris Middleton could make this throw.
Oh.
Or other throws, because he did make this one.
Chris Middleton, the NBA player?
Yeah.
Oh.
Real.
Here he's one-on-one. Good technique from the corner. I haven't really. I guess that's a bit of a. I think
kind of like almost like jumps into it.
Yeah, you get to those even releases, split releases where like when you hop and then hit the ground, you can kind of get your feet even and read the leverage of the corner, and you can drive off either one. I believe is the philosophy behind a release like this.
Well, if that's true, then I don't think he really reads the leverage too much, does he? I feel like the corner is more.
Well, the corner is not really
inside.
Outside than inside. I don't really.
I think he's faced outside.
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Although I don't really think looking at it now, you get the two again, kind of stick-ish with the 2 short outbreaking routes. He probably doesn't have a choice but to release this outside and just wanted to give him a little bit of a
just mess with him.
Maybe get on his toes a little bit. Like you're getting forward here, but you're not declaring where the route goes. So it just gives you maybe a little bit more breathing room. But the corner does a nice job here, backing up. And then as soon as that foot hits the ground, he turns and then he can't really outrun him. So it doesn't get vertical separation there. That looks like a pretty fast corner, though. There you go. Oh. What the hell happened?
Yeah. don't know what happened at the catch point, but
it's a little tough to see, but I'm thinking that might not have been a Rattler masterclass.
Maybe not a nails throw.
So you got the blitz. It's interesting that he kind of cuts this back inside. Seems like kind of a weird place to do it after how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I'm counting on one.
What is that, a deep dig?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's just kind of at a weird yardage point.
Man,
usually they happen
that's
at like
18.
I guess it's at 15 yards.
And he breaks.
If it is a dig, it's not a very clean cut, like a sharp turn.
Yeah, that's incredibly deep.
Is it like an option where he's like, "Oh, I've got the safety over top. I'm gonna bend it back inside"?
I'm trying to see, when does Rattler let go of this ball?
It's the top of his drop. Okay, you can't throw the crosser. So, okay. And then right there, he starts to throw. So it's no crosser, continue to back up, and then throw, kind of backpedaling over the middle. I guess it is supposed to be a dig, and you're just hoping the crosser clears everything out, and then you hit him behind it.
They're asking about the Rasul Douglas trade.
I assume we'll go over everything on the podcast. Sucks to see Rasul go. He's a gambler, I think, is the number one thing to know about him. Like, he can make some game-changing plays. He'll jump routes. You know, he's had a lot of turnovers over the years. Moves pretty well. Like, overall a good corner, I think, but you know, versus the Lions, sometimes that aggressiveness can get him in trouble. He was pretty brutal in that game. But I think he's a good addition. I think that he's a good corner. He's certainly been very, very valuable to the Packers as a number 2 overall. Definitely way more good than bad with him. So I'm surprised that he and Chase Young went for the same draft pick. But yeah, I think the Bills got a good player. They kind of could use some chaos with all the injuries that they've sustained, you know. Like, they kind of will need some field tilting plays because on paper, the defensive roster's pretty maligned.
Oh,
is that him? The arrow said it was him, but
yeah, something about me.
That's him.
That's him.
It's like, I don't remember him having long dreads like that. Stupid arrow. Still a good route either way. That was a good release that the guy on the top had, but
yeah, that was nasty.
Legette is in the slot. He doesn't run such a bad route himself, and that's a great catch.
No, it doesn't. Nice catch. Doesn't fade away from the ball here.
No, he does not.
Nope. How many steps does he take? We got
on his break.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty good. It's clean. It's about as clean as it gets. That's pretty damn good. Not a perfectly placed ball. A really good adjustment to it. This is another one where maybe he has some gravity.
Bro thinks he's Curry.
Interesting. I wish I could know all the coverage rules all the time.
Yeah.
6. Yeah, not much. Not much you can do if 6 is going to fall off like that, and 27 is looks like, I mean, ends up playing basically off-man coverage against him. I'm sure that's not like what it actually is. It's some sort of match, but
yeah, and that's
I don't know.
Especially if that's a choice route, which I don't think it is here, but yeah,
you're trying to make it. You're getting him in a stack, and then one is running right behind the other, and it just is kind of hard to tell, like who's number 1, who's number 2. If you're reading things out, like that's how defenders are thinking about it, and now you're like, both of them are number 1. So if one breaks out, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like looks cover 3-ish.
That middle safety is the only one like that really plays that probably wrong with respect to everyone else.
I would say the I don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. This is kind of a nice route by the guy in front. It looks like he takes a big step, like it's a corner right there, and then this safety over top is trying to get on top of that, and then it's actually inside.
Block.
Nothing going on.
Blocking.
A lot of space to work with underneath if you want it. They do not want it.
No, they want to.
They want to throw a bomb.
Hey.
And hey.
Oh my God.
You got to respect that, man. The bomb is cool.
Yeah, there's 14. There's 14 getting beat for sure.
Space he had, and he just ran right by them.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. Yeah, it looks pretty fast.
He really does look like one of the fastest guys we've watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty fast. I mean, 14, he makes this break. 14 is just as late flipping his hips, and 17 is right by him.
14, I think it was so far downfield, he had already assumed that it was kind of just like
he starts. It looks like he's just trying to split the 2 defenders down the field here. And then when he breaks it out, 14 is taken a little bit by surprise and then can't really recover. And then I like how he times his jump here. Like right here, he's already starting to jump. I don't know how he could get this at a higher point. This is truly like not letting it fall down into him, not trying to like catch it in his chest where 14 could like recover and get involved. Like this is great catch technique to me.
I agree.
It's okay to catch things in your body. You just need the right catch for the right time. Yeah. And this to me is like the perfect situation to like go up, and he's flying. He's way up there.
Yeah.
Grab
that. It's crazy how early he jumped, and it was like perfect.
Yeah, he timed it super, super well. I guess that's kind of your book on him is like if you need someone, fat, jumping ability, speed, ball skills.
I think he's got a pretty solid package of skills. Yeah,
we haven't really seen the after the catch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a Debo quite, like with the ball in his hands or anything like that. There's been a few times where I'm like, the attention to detail is maybe a route runner hasn't been like on display to any kind of major extent, but he looks like a freak.
Attention to detail, the catch point is certainly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That does take a lot of nuance on its own. Just a crosser. You get the cover 3. Play action doesn't get enough people to bite. Namely, that safety rotating down. Not much you can do.
Not much.
Not doing much. It's not doing much. That one is maybe one where he could have. Again, is he running? It looks like he doesn't quite know what's going on here. Does he?
Bro forgot the play.
He's like, oh shit, I have to block. I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
Neither am I.
I just got a package delivered. I will be back in like 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
So in the slot, again, not totally confident in what this like route concept spacing is. I guess like double post and then
yeah, like an out underneath it
to clear out space, and then you try to get that one-on-one. This is one where that
is it poorly timed because the guy on the outside kind of gets hung up.
That's what I think is going on. I think there's 2 posts, and then you're trying to like exploit that space underneath. But yeah, that outside receiver experiences a pretty major delay, and so then it's all bunched up by the time it happens. And when that happens, you're probably going to take a sack.
Yeah.
Just give him that fade.
Does he come down with this one?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he did either.
No. I feel like you want to. Number 3 looks pretty good. Wherever that corner is, bang.
Yeah.
He gets his hands up before Legette even really starts jumping for it. He knows that it's about to come. And then he gets his other hand through as well. He gets both hands up. First hand, second hand, rips through. Dang. Packer. Ooh, I thought they were going to take a shot.
He tries to like sell the inside stuff with his head, and it 23 didn't really bite.
Right there, there's that big step outside. You're trying to, give him a little rocker step. 23's all over it.
I've returned. What did I miss?
You missed a really nice play on a fade by number 3 to break up a pass on Legette.
Hey.
And now we're looking at him trying to complete a rocker step, but this is one of those situations where like 23 is starting to get vertical really fast. And like this is why, because he's a vertical threat. If he were to settle down here, we would be like, oh, nice job. But like this is where it's you to earn a bit too early, you know.
Yeah.
Someone's wide open.
Yeah.
That's good.
Gravity, man.
You think 14 expected 24 to take that?
14 expected 20. Where's 24?
The deep guy, I think.
Yeah,
and there's 14.
Maybe I got the number wrong.
I
feel like he looks back at him. Maybe he's wrong, but like,
I think that what is the outside corner doing?
I don't think so. I mean, he's pretty far. Yeah, that's.
To me, there needs to be another robot here. You've got number 2, who is the Mike?
Yeah.
No, he's not the Mike. He's the Will.
No.
And he and the outside corner both come up on the running back. It's like one of these guys has to be looking for crossers off play action, I would assume. But then I also don't know where 14 is going.
Well, look, I swear to God, you look at the other angle, he really looks behind him for a second like he expects somebody to be there. Like, what is he looking at?
I think he's looking for crossers again. I think so.
He expects the corner to be out there, and then he realizes that nobody has taken it, and then he's down.
So he's like, okay,
right.
this is going across the field. That's someone else's responsibility. I've got to look for someone coming in behind me. But you see 2 people on the back. I mean, this is on either the corner or the linebacker for not getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just on 14.
I don't know.
I think it was at 2 or the outside corner, the linebacker or the corner. Not much going on. Not much going on.
Give my guy the ball.
What is going on?
More routes into the same spot. We love this.
So you've got one like kind of leaking out, and then you've got the double crosser, and once again they end up in the exact same spot. Which is a shame. Well, one ended up no, he didn't end up catching it.
Maybe he should have.
One would have been wide open.
Yeah, 17 to me. I feel like the way that this is probably typically designed is that 17 stops about right there. And like holds people, maybe someone steps down and the crosser pops. You're not bringing anybody to number 1's party. I feel like he's kind of got to just settle down right there. The way that this, I think, typically looks, but what the hell do I know? Yes, this offense doesn't necessarily seem to me to have the highest degree of attention to detail.
Honestly, they probably still could have completed this. They probably still gets the ball up.
They definitely still could have completed it.
It should have been
that could have been it should have been a touchdown. This is a better ball from Rattler and or better catch.
Yeah, it needs a bit more on it. You're also booting away
from the play.
But I guess that's part of the action. You see those a lot on those like leaks. Everything looks like it's developing.
And they did something similar earlier.
Yep. So it just comes down to Rattler. Like he has to make a pretty great play here, but just doesn't have the arm talent. It looks like right there. Probably still could have gotten caught.
Sadly, he's mid.
Another play out in space for him. He's failed to look electric in these situations thus far.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough, like that might be one of those situations where like we're kind of asking him to go beast mode here.
Because
he does try to hurdle this guy, and Yeah, I guess he doesn't almost.
They don't give you any yards for trying a hurdle.
No. He's vice. It would be pretty tough to make.
Well, that's the thing. It's like all of these, it'd be like, man, it's real tough. I think George is doing a good job flying down at him.
Yeah, why don't you just break a bunch of tackles against Georgia's defense, Legette, dummy? 3 is good. Here is kind of something that worked before, where you just take off inside and then try to get that corner to lose his leverage, and then you break it out. And this time, no can do. It's really hung up and can't separate.
I mean, would it have mattered anyway?
Yeah, and the safety's up there.
I'm just saying, Rattler got devoured.
He did, but he has plenty of time. I mean, not plenty of time. He has time to make a throw.
A throw, but if it's not like the first read instantly, he's getting pummeled.
Yeah, Georgia's stunts are no fun.
Well, they're fun for Georgia.
They are fun for Georgia. Another one where it's like, where is he supposed to go with this? Like, who is hot if there's a blitz?
Yeah, that's what my thought was. I mean, he has time to.
And then again, you've got 2 routes developing in the exact same place down the field. I don't know about this offense.
Who's the play caller here?
I guess that's just Dagger, kind of.
Matt, are you familiar with the offensive play caller?
You know what? I can't say that I am. I don't think it's Beamer.
Maybe it's not the worst. Dagger's pretty common. It's not like you could have thrown over the top if there was time. I think there's a touchdown kind of there. I don't know. That safety would have gotten involved pretty fast.
Yeah, and again, who's hot? I mean, if you just don't have an answer against a blitz.
Yeah, there's no real quick throw available here. Closest thing to it would be the leftmost guy in the bunch.
Yeah.
But he's kind of taking his sweet time here.
He gets held up.
Yeah, he does. That's a nice release.
Yeah.
There's him doing his get even. This time he brings it inside and stacks.
Yeah, just that quick little jab outside and then come immediately in.
Bang. Yeah, if you're going to take an inside release on a fade, that's how you do it right there.
That's pretty good.
Typically frowned upon, but whew.
This time there's no stick or anything. So, like, if you bring it inside, there's really no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And there isn't like an immediate inside defender.
Like there's really anything he needs to be widening out for, it looks like.
Right.
Honestly, I'd kind of like to see Rattler throw that to him.
I was about to say, if you're Rattler, do you throw that?
I would. I don't know. Put it like
you would have to throw it really quick, like really early, like as soon as he wins that release.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
and he's looking at it, so
try to put it back shoulder. It would be a hell of a throw.
You would have to put a lot of zip on it.
Yeah, but I think you can trust him to sort of go up and high point the ball at some amount. You just put it up there and towards the sideline, and
yeah, I think that's a possible throw.
Why not ball out?
And then he does not really have much interest in having footwork or going
and much of anything, really.
He's a little panicky in this scenario. I don't like this. Rattler, perhaps not an NFL quarterback.
Perhaps.
A little more nervousness from him there.
Is that what they're saying?
Little outbreaker. He's not bad in and out of his breaks at all. I think a couple times I'm like, I don't know about the spacing of these concepts. Maybe he's doing something wrong in terms of like attention to detail, but in terms of like his route running and the way he moves, it seemingly is.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
This.
You go to a team that can manage the concepts a little bit better and maybe teach.
He is not a Packer.
You're right about that one.
Now he'll be overdrafted by my Panthers and then
send him those screens that go nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this guy loves catching worthless screens. You are a Carolina Panther, no doubt.
This is a nice route from
that's a nice route. It's a nails throw by Rattler
Get
here.
Out of my face. That is a great route. Man.
Can't catch that.
Oh, you can't hold on. No.
I mean, catching's like, that's day one stuff, dude.
Yeah, you do have to.
It's like the one throw Rattler makes with anticipation.
Yeah, it's a great throw. On number one.
You gotta bring that in. Not used to receiving anticipation throws in practice.
I guess not. Yeah. 14 one-on-one. Tough. That's a pretty nice.
I mean,
we saw him try to do that earlier, and it didn't really do anything. Here, that rocker step
really gets quick.
Him.
Yeah,
that's so tough because otherwise 14 really had the leverage on him.
He did.
It was really where he wanted to be.
Yeah, nice job.
It didn't take much of a bite at all, and he's so gone.
Oh yeah,
so that would have been. Man. He's so fast. Let me see if I can find out what this dude's.
Kind of wish he didn't break it off so deep here. I don't know.
Thinking a little bit flatter.
Maybe a little bit. Hard. It's like, I mean, he hits where would Rattler have to throw this ball?
I think you have so much time, though. Like he's got so much space to work with that you can always work back more down towards it. So if you want to even place that a little bit flatter than he's running, you'd be fine. I don't think it's the end of the world.
No, I don't think so either. Rattler, let it go, dude.
What does Rattler do?
Nothing. Well, actually.
Now hold on.
He does pick up a first down.
Yeah.
I guess that's a smart decision from Rattler. I guess it's
no.
He doesn't have the arm to get that there. We all know it.
Rattler has a pretty good arm. I would have preferred to have seen the bomb. Oh well, he picked up a first.
I'm reading that Legette's expected 40 time is sub 4.3.
What? That can't. Where are you reading? That's 4.2.
4.29 is NFLDraftBuzz.com.
I do not trust NFLDraftBuzz.com with that. I guess it's good that it's so fat. Like the projection is so rosy. I'd like to hear.
I think he could run sub 4.4 for sure.
I think so too. Maybe it's. You always get receivers running these crazy times. He does look quite fast.
I'm trying to see where they got 4.29 from.
Dude, I think they just make them up.
I think so too.
I think they're just kind of guessing.
I don't think NFL Draft Buzz has real sources. I think
I'll say this though: when his 40 time comes out good, and there's a lot of guys who have good 40 times, I'll really believe that it translates to end game pretty good. Like he's looking fast in real life.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think he had the top speed in all of football for this year. Okay, that's sweet. Yeah, he's running
maybe
sub
it is
4.29. Thank you very much.
Maybe, yeah, that's too low of a projection.
He's the fastest anyone's ever run.
They also have Marvin at a 4.39.
Yeah, that's what he's aiming for, I've heard.
Good idea. This one's actually a nice play by 14. Driving on it well, and then he tries to cut it upfield.
Yeah.
He ends up with a lot of separation.
If I see Rattler turn his back to the defense one more goddamn time.
Oh, this one. 90s. It's a pretty scary sight for a quarterback.
I guess it is, man.
I would probably turn my back to the defense a lot. So I get it.
Difference is you're not like
no, I'm not starting
college quarterback.
Yeah, they're just throwing him. Fuck it, Legette over there somewhere, balls.
Respect. Rams assign quarterback Dresser win.
Dresser?
Yeah.
Like the furniture?
Yeah.
I don't care. He's still beating the Packers. Kind of a banana shaped route there.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, he kind of rounded that one off.
Yeah.
He hasn't done that too much, though.
No.
I think I agree. It's like the attention to detail isn't always great, but like he's got it within.
He's got a lot of
sure.
potential. Yeah, I mean, his movement skills seem fine.
Mm-hmm.
Although somebody pointed out early, he's like a fifth-year guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Pick and Spread said that.
Yeah.
Late age breakout and missing it attention to like a fifth-year guy you would expect lots.
Yeah, it seems like kind of a boomer bust type of guy here.
He's either Laquan Treadwell or
he's
AJ Brown. And there's no in between.
I don't know what the comp would be for who you're hoping him to be.
AJ Brown's probably not it.
He's one again where I'd like to see some sort of route salesmanship here at the break instead of just kind of running the slant. 6 is really threatened here. Did he catch it? No, and he dropped it.
Tough. If he caught it, would have been okay.
Yeah. It's fine. Send him on a go up the sideline. I understand.
I do see the vision.
Yeah. That's a great tackle.
That was a great tackle. Yeah, that was a great tackle. Again, I just don't know about the route. Just don't know if I love that. Like I don't know what post you could throw here that wouldn't result in a huge clump of people at the catch point.
Yeah.
Like especially to the outside guy, the number one. Like how could you
Yeah,
how are you
that's not a
creating
bad
any
point.
space for him?
I couldn't tell you, man. That far down the field too. It's
it's just wasted. Like you're wasting a play. Like you're asking Rattler to hold on to it forever, and there's just no chance that separation gets in against Georgia. Stupid.
Yeah.
I would love to know what the idea is on that play.
It's got to be someone just.
And they've run that a few times.
Well, I guess maybe it's not double post. Maybe there's a skinny post from. It's probably like, I mean, it's dagger. So
yeah,
I guess. So you got the skinny post from Legette, and then you try to have the dig underneath it.
They're just so
but to me, it's
close.
like it's. Which I mean, that's a common route combination. But man, it just takes a long.
They're really done. Yeah, they're really
and it's a really rounded dig, is it not? Like
yes. And
I
think.
Go ahead, Matt.
I think that there's maybe a lack of attention to detail from a lot of the receivers, and that probably comes down to the coaching there, and that probably makes a lot of these look closer than they actually are.
Yeah, I feel like
supposed to be, I should say.
If this is dagger, it shouldn't look like a post at this point. He should really be snapping it off to give. That could even potentially work if it was like.
If the dig is a little bit more shallow and cuts it cleaner, it might just be on him.
Yeah,
I also feel like in a lot of times when I think of dagger, I think of like the receivers typically start farther apart, or if they do start that close, they're trying to like separate as they run their routes so that when they break off, they're not this close together.
Yeah, Legette would need to be. This is not to me either the fastest that Legette has looked off the line.
Yeah, maybe
so
not.
He can't clear out as much space. Like you want him to be kind of well in front of it as this breaks, and it's. I don't know. I don't really blame Legette there. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're nitpicking the structure of the offense.
I'm just not in love with the options in general. That was a nice catch. That's not him though. The receivers seem to be quite like talented.
Right.
I agree.
Oh, it's not. He doesn't. Never mind. But that's also one where like
I still think they're pretty talented, all things considered. I mean, we've seen good stuff from a lot of different guys.
That's a late ball.
I agree.
He's late to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's not really a rhythm thrower, is he?
Which is a shame because the Gamecocks, it tells me the Gamecocks could be a lot better than they are right now. They're a pretty talented team. And they're certainly better than 2-6 talent-wise.
A little Packers-esque. You got a quarterback that's a little not really thrown in rhythm. You got routes that don't really manipulate space super well. I've seen this before. Maybe that's his comp, Christian Watson.
Could see it.
Although Watson, I thought was kind of clanky with his route running.
Yeah.
Do you think Legette attacks the ball to catch point better than Watson?
I've never seen Watson sky for one life.
Yeah, I would say. Well, it's interesting if your comp for him really was like a Watson who has more reasonable ball skills and possibly some juice as a route runner. maybe those things aren't super high.
What the fuck is going on with these routes, dude? Look at this shit. Bro.
It's the same thing, bro. They've got one
Somebody's got to be wrong here. There's no way that's the play.
It seems so. This is a play that I've actually talked about, I think, on TikTok earlier today, where there's someone rapping and then you send a crosser and then you send a dig. But
which one's the crosser and which one's the dig?
To me, I like it. Like, so whoever's running the dig should probably like widen out towards the sideline a little bit more, just to give this like some room to breathe, and then the crosser can go, and then the dig will break with actual space. But no one.
Yeah, I mean, both the crosser and the dig have to change how the approach to this route. You're right, the dig needs to widen. But if this is a crosser, why are you just pushing straight vertical?
That's a good point.
Theo just having like a breakdown.
I just don't understand. At any rate, it's not Legette's fault. But they still no, they don't complete this pass. Free Rattler, man. What the? Okay, it's 3rd down and long, so I'll give them a bit of grace, I guess.
So give them
I'm sure they got down so far in this game that they're like.
This kind of looks like people just doing whatever the hell they want, honestly.
That's awesome.
This is my flag football team now.
Look at the guy in the slot, not Legette. Is he moving like extremely?
Just like,
yeah, they're flying down the field there for a second. Both of them, him in the corner, both are moving extremely quickly here for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like pure. Like, I don't think that they called a play in the huddle. I think that maybe they called a formation and then everybody just ran around.
Get open play. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the game. Let's see, it's 24-14 with 1:30 left. That's really not that well. That's after. It's a 10-point game with 4 minutes left. You cannot be running this type of shit.
What was the down and distance?
It is okay. It's 3rd and 20, so maybe you can be running this type of shit.
But still,
what is the out and up when you have 10 yards of separation?
What's the out and up when you have like basically sail happening? So you've got someone running up the sideline, and then Legette is running in like an outbreaker, and then you've got the out and up going to the same spot. I just
he just puts that thing up there,
and then it's just like we're just throwing the out and up.
See, I feel like your idea on a 3rd and 20 is to be get back what you can and then play for a reasonable 4th. Know, if you're gonna take a Legette down there somewhere, whoever's down there somewhere shot. Save that.
Do it on the next down.
In the game.
Yeah, I mean this has to be an alert. Like,
it's not an alert because an alert is like based on the coverage, and then you
not even just like there has to be some sort of
Hail Mary.
No. Theo, it very well could be an alert that he shouldn't have thrown, and he just did anyway.
There just has to be like you have 10 yards off here. I like just get the guy that doesn't out and up. That should just be like a fucking pop screen. Just like get him the ball and just let's get.
Maybe better off throwing it to him right there. Maybe he wasn't even supposed to go up. You should just stand there. Honestly, don't even give him the chance. I don't know.
They're in 3rd and 20 because Rattler takes 15-yard dropbacks.
I don't know. This is the last Legette, the first and last game of Legette I will be watching.
Theo cannot watch another minute of this offense. He's not too bad.
No, he's not bad. I'm just not enjoying it. I'm just not enjoying
one South Carolina football game.
They're 2-6, you said?
Yeah, that South Carolina Clemson game this year is going to be. It's going to be something.
Oh, they should.
It's going to mean something to Matt.
Dude, I mean, those teams. It's very possible neither of those teams make a bowl.
Oh, I mean, the South Carolina. It's almost certainly.
Well, Clemson's 4-4 in playing Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's not so good. It's not.
And they have North Carolina.
Okay, so
and
this film is all useless because it's just off coverage and they're just running deep and it's all diverging into jump balls. Okay, so I don't know what to do. He's a freak athlete. He seems to have very good ball skills, and he's in an offense that is
challenging.
I think that there's definitely some stuff here, but I'd probably be a little bit lower taking a shot on him unless he looks like really nice at a pro day, maybe. Or not a pro day, but like a senior bowl. I'd really like to see him cook there. Probably got to watch some more. But my guess would be that a guy like this will go crazy at the combine and get overdrafted.
Yeah, I think that there is certainly a case to be made where it's like
I could see him like being really
situation.
good, like bad situation. It's like, man, if he could, and I'm sure. Here's what I am confident of. I'm confident he's going to kill it at the combine, and some receiver coach or offensive coordinator is going to watch us and be like, I could do so much more with this guy than this. And even then, like his production is nuts this year.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know where he ranks among college football receiving leaders. I guess he's not quite as high as I thought. I thought he was way up there.
He was at one point, I believe.
He was at one point. Still, he has 750 yards right now, man. I mean, he's going to put up pretty crazy numbers.
Highlight watchers are really going to love him.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with the little highlights.
All right. So PFF has him ranked as their 36th overall prospect so far.
Overall?
Dang.
Yeah.
Pretty high. I don't know what the hell that.
I'm sure neither of you have an answer for this off the top of your head.
7.
Maybe this is wrong. Maybe he's not a project guy. I don't know if that's how I'd classify him just yet. I'm trying to think of older.
It's hard to be a project guy when you're old.
Well, and yet the Panthers find a way to take one last draft with DJ Johnson. But
I could also see this guy being one where like the draft community just loves him. Like he loads up the combine. You see the highlights; they're crazy. The numbers are crazy. PFF has him as like a top 50 prospect. And then draft day rolls around and it's like, why is Legette still on the board? And maybe if the other games look like that, people just aren't confident that he can really run detailed routes I'm
gonna have
balls. But we will see. He's pretty fascinating thus far. You said he hit the fastest time in all of college football.
Yeah, apparently. Would you like to hear his stats from the previous 4 seasons?
Sure.
Last year, 18 catches for 167 yards. Year before that, 8 for 63. Year before that, 7 for 113. Year before that, 9 for 80. So he's outproduced his entire college career in the last 8 games. Significantly. Doubled it.
22.3 miles an hour. 6'3", 227 pounds.
Yeah.
It's
so intriguing.
As far as like a height, weight, speed guy, like he's pretty crazy.
Christian Watson went round 2. He was kind of, I don't know. I have no idea what his stock is in terms of NFL circles right now after watching that. I think it could be literally anywhere.
He will either be a first-round pick, a second-round pick, a third-round pick.
He could go anywhere. He could be a total, like, sometimes these athletes just do not get drafted where people think they are. Do you remember like Tyree Jackson? He was a quarterback from Buffalo a couple years ago, just like this absolute crazy freak. It's like NFL didn't really want anything to do with him. Felipe Franks.
Stop.
After Arkansas, I think he went undrafted.
No, it was wrong.
But yeah, he'll be interesting.
I agree.
PFF has him as their 8th receiver.
I could see that.
They have 8 receivers in the top 36.
Dude, I think this receiver class is
they have
nuts.
10 receivers in the top 50.
What are they?
Every receiving class is pretty nuts.
10.
Dude, no,
Jalen.
It's better than last year.
And I think you say that every year. You say you're always hating on the receiver class.
Oh, it's just they always are good. Like when was the last bad receiving class?
So in order 10 to 1, they have Jalen Polk at 50. Johnny Wilson is 39. Legette is 36. Worthy is 32. Mitchell is 31, the other Texas receiver. Egbuka is 25. Keon Coleman is 16. Adunze is 12. Neighbors is 8. And Marvin Harrison is 2.
Yeah, right now of the guy, I mean, I've watched one game on these live streams. To me, he would have my lowest grade of anyone that we've watched. He just seems like the biggest bust potential.
I think of the game of Egbuka that we watched, I would prefer Legette. But
really?
That's just based off that game.
Egbuka is much safer.
I think that's fair. And drafting Ohio State receivers is typically a good bet. But if I watched like one game of Legette and that game of Egbuka, I would.
We haven't watched. Troy Franklin was the other guy I thought about watching. Maybe he can be next week.
We haven't watched him.
We haven't watched him yet. Troy Franklin is that'll be the last. Maybe him and the Texas guy, and then we can be done with wide receivers. The other Texas guy.
Or we could watch the other guys.
They have Franklin way low.
Yeah, they do have Franklin.
They have Franklin.
I don't even know if they have him top 20.
Superstar.
They have him 94th overall.
Superstar.
They have him as their 18th receiver, I believe.
What? I guess I don't know. I don't actually know. What am I talking about? What? I've only
What? How do you have J. Michael Sturdivant? I don't.
Oh, right, with Johnny Wilson as well. ASU trader.
Really, Johnny Wilson with the ASU? I did not know that at all.
Yeah, Johnny Wilson was there, and he none of the good stuff was there. It was all the drops. I thought he really underperformed. I really did not like him.
The small sample size of Johnny Wilson I've watched. I haven't been a super big fan, but that's just like broadcast. He's not passing the watching casually of Murphy's test.
Yeah. He had 154. He was this huge recruit. We had him, and we had Ocho Cinco's son, who is a mutual of mine on Twitter, and Jaden Daniels. Everyone was hyped, and then it just all came crashing down. Johnny Wilson had 154 yards, immediately transfers. We were like, what a waste of time. Next season, I'm watching a Florida State. I didn't even know where. It's. I don't pay attention to college. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I watched some Florida State game later, and it's Johnny Wilson cracks the 900-yard mark on the season. I was like, what? What happened? And now Jaden Daniels is a Heisman candidate. Cleaned up his drop problem. All right. Well, maybe Johnny Wilson will be the next one.
He had 2 drops this year. Both came in game 1. I believe that's the game I really watched.
That was the game I was watching. Yeah.
So, and the biggest moment he didn't put up. That's what I'm taking away.
And the biggest moment when Matt was watching.
Worthy is the most underrated receiver in the class. I liked Worthy a decent amount. He didn't really seem like your prototypical tons of targets X, but he had speed.
He's
he tracked
6'1",
the ball
172.
I think
he trucked that guy.
But
he didn't quite seem like he seemed pretty good. I have him above Egbuka as far as the one watch test, but
the one watch test.
But it's one watch.
One watch.
Yeah.
We're all that.
All I know,
Stan.
Marvin Coleman. Those
Marvin Coleman and Neighbors are the guys off one watch I was like really sold on. Rome, there's a lot of like rounded routes and like winning deep. Like I like Rome, but he didn't quite jump off the screen to me like those three did in the one game. And then it was like Worthy Egbuka, who seemed like very good pieces of a receiving core, but maybe not like dynamic number ones. And now there's Legette, who seems like a true kind of wild card, but who knows? Anyway.
Well, yeah, I think that's it. That is Xavier Legette. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back with another episode. We will talk about the trade deadline stuff. We'll record the episode tomorrow. Yeah, it'll come out Thursday. I got to yell at the Browns about Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Hasn't he been like asked this whole year? I haven't heard his name once.
It's all Amari this year, but like it's because the quarterbacks are terrible. Like it's not his fault.
Yeah, and for no other reason.
He has 97 yards this year.
Still,
it's 11 yards per game.
He's been good before. It's not.
I don't know how I feel about the Packers trading away Rasul. I guess we'll find out on the podcast.
I guess we'll find out. All I know is fire Andrew Berry.
Wow. So today was the straw that broke the camel's back. TPJ.
He has 18 targets for 97 yards.
Peoples-Jones wasn't so bad last year. I would say that he was.
Peoples-Jones was good. I think Peoples-Jones could actually do some damage for the Lions as far as like deep passing because they don't really.
Yeah, I think it would be fun next episode to talk about even some of the little trades that happened.
Yeah, we should.
Because I'm going to upload a video on, Chase Young and Leonard Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, we should still hit them though.
We should. Well, yeah, we'll definitely still hit them.
We'll hit them.
Okay, we'll talk about trades tomorrow then. That sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. And that episode will come out Thursday. So make sure you tune in. But until then, we will catch you guys on the flippity flop.